So, I return to the world of misery and pain. Look at, we both got haircuts. Look, I got a haircut. Mushroom's got a haircut. I have completely destroyed my little cluster of mushrooms. How is everybody? How can I have 2 thumbs up and nobody here? Oh, I see, there's 4 people. I was like, boy, that's amazing. It's like automatic thumbs up. Hello, Hell Jumper, I like that. Maker Viking, how are you, Maker Viking? And who else do we have in here? Gib, Camradin, oh my gosh, suddenly zipping by. Ryan, Candace, Jersey Dolphins, Lucretia, I think I said Camradin, Shari, the old Get What Games, Rebel, Lindsay, what else we got? Charmy So Soup. Charmy So Soup. And good morning to you, Megan. So yes, filming complete. A little bit of a haircut. Look at that. I got a bit of a shave. And so did my mushrooms. Look at that. So these have all been eaten by yours truly. We had the most delicious scrambled eggs and lightly pan-fried mushrooms this morning. I think Jane was quite impressed, I must say. I think she's like, huh, so that's what he's doing in the basement. It's delicious. Those are looking a bit, actually, these little guys here are looking, very dried out. I gotta get some water on these beasts. That's so weird though. Why are they drying out so much? And then these ones are just doing so well. They were so good. Like, I actually had one and ate a small portion of it raw. I don't like raw mushrooms. I've never liked raw mushrooms. These were like, I just can't get over how, like, I can't, for want of a better word, I don't know what they tasted like. They tasted like fresh. They just tasted fresh. So, yeah, I've got to rehydrate these little beasts because they're completely starting. I don't know if you guys can see these, but there's a couple little ones on the side here, and for some reason they, despite all of the same watering, are not as soft and delicious as these ones are. So let me just get this back set up. Oh boy, now I've screwed up everything. Forget it. Stupid. One day I'll get like a real holder for my phone. Instead of just little bits of 3D printed things. How are you, buddy? I'm just doing a burn learn.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were talking to Mom.
No. I am talking to Mom because I'm sure she's watching, right?
Oh, can I come in and say hi?
Yeah, of course. I'm just having a giant cup of coffee, doing my little burn and learn, showing off the mushrooms, and both my haircut and the mushrooms haircut.
Is this on YouTube?
Chop. Yeah, I did a YouTube thing.
Hi.
Yeah. We don't really see us. We are usually on YouTube, aren't we, these days?
No, we're usually on.
We're all Twitch these days.
I love
all Twitch all the time.
Mushrooms in the shop.
Yeah, that's my mushrooms. That's my scenery.
That's so cool.
That's my set deck.
Hello, guys.
And I've been reading a lot about these things. They are kind of cool because the mushrooms are just the fruit of the Mycelium fungus that grows underground.
What is mycelium?
Well, that's like these little thin like threads within the mushroom. I
feel like I've heard of mycelium before.
Well, probably.
I feel like it's in a video game.
It might be. You know what it might be in? It might be in Last of Us because that's the fungus that takes over the brains and turns people into zombies. That's based on the ants.
That's mycelium.
So that might be a mycelium. Well, mycelium is what is the underlying structure of the mushrooms, and then the mushrooms are just the fruit. So it's like the mycelium is like the tree and branches of.
So it's like the roots of a tree.
Yeah, it's like the roots and the branches in a way, because this thing only basically lives underground, and then it pops up to get some oxygen and fire off some spores and things. So it's, it comes out for sexy time and a bit of air. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's lost Baz, and that'll be the last we see of Baz. I think probably. How's it going school-wise? He's just done 2 exams, and now he's got Penguins of Madagascar.
Now I have free time until
what?
Like 2.
Wait, like you watched a movie and then you've got free time.
Yeah.
They watched a movie over Zoom, so it was like look,
so bad.
It was like so bad.
You couldn't.
What is it with teachers not knowing about streaming and things? What is the deal on that? Well-meaning,
and the computer crashed in the middle of it.
Oh
as well.
no!
So like,
were you watching it on your iPad though?
I was watching it on my iPad.
Yeah, we set it up on the iPad. We got the old Surfshark out, did the VPN to America.
Yeah, to America.
Where they, for some reason, have penguins in Madagascar.
It,
Heaven forbid Canada should have them.
Oh
it's banned
my gosh.
here.
Oh my god. Penguins in Canada.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Mm. Who'd have thought it? Oh, that is a good coffee.
Sorry, I came down because I was gonna say if you're free,
Yeah.
I am free until 2. So we were gonna do a League of Legends game. Tonight.
Baz wanted to walk me through some League of Legends stuff.
But
It's true.
no. Do your thing.
Oh, I'm going to.
I'm watching. I'll be watching.
You don't have to.
No, I will be watching.
I'll be talking about you the whole time.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I'll
what a
be
wretched
watching,
child you
so
are. What a grave disappointment you are. All that kind of stuff. You know.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep the insults to yourself, kid. This is my stream. You got your own. I love you, buddy. So that was a lovely little guest appearance by my son. It's funny, we actually don't see each other a lot during the day because of school. He's in his little classroom, which is of course his bedroom the entire time. And when he's not in class, he's either watching YouTube or gaming. And I often walk in and go, "What are you doing?" And he sort of panics and changes the screen quickly and that kind of stuff. Okay, so what's this? It doesn't help that the government probably doesn't pay the teachers to upgrade their internet for streaming to the kids. Yeah, well, this is This is a whole other thing. It's funny. The email that I'm sending out, my mailing list. Go to thetechbandits.com and sign up for my mailing list. Because one of the things that Tech Bandits brought up in the last chat we had was about education, and I like to let sort of Tech Bandits run its course, like really sort of goes wherever it wants to go, and I often sort of let the kids lead me astray as to what direction we're talking about. And this time, for some reason, they all just jumped on the bashing of education. And it's something that's always frustrated me is this, like, you see these kids going into school and they're incredibly sort of excited and eager to learn about everything. And then within a couple of years, they hate school and they want to leave. They're just talking about getting out. So that's always sort of worried me. And I saw it happening with Baz. And it's one of the reasons why I started Tech Bandits was to try to get, just to let them realize that this is fun. Like, I mean, when it's in a school book and it's taught in a class and it's taught the same way to, 35 kids, all of whom have completely different, brains, perspectives, and everything. It's very, very difficult. And again, we're not blaming the teachers on this stuff because I know the teachers are struggling with that as well. I mean, our teachers, I'm sure, would love to be teaching one-on-one if they could. I just feel like there's technology that we should be using, and the kids are so savvy on this stuff now. I mean, terrifyingly savvy. And one of the things I love about Tech Bandits is I'm finding out stuff even about my own son and what he does online. Because for some reason, that environment, the streaming environment when you're online and you're just chatting and it's, you're no longer sort of a parental figure. Certainly I never really am, but you're not really a parental figure anymore. You're just another part of the Discord chat. And so I find that they tend to share, perspectives on stuff that I'm not sure that they would in normal life. Certainly Baz tends not to. So my daughter's 24. I feel old, probably because I'm 57. There you go. That'll do it, Jeff. That'll do it. The 50s, it's we're young pups compared to, giant redwood forests, or continental, shelves. Anyway, I'm not sure where I'm going with that. So I'm going to say is I guess geologically we're not that old. So this the newsletter that I'll send out this week at some point. I'm hoping it's always a hope. Is just about their perspective on this stuff, and particularly a video that they've sort of latched onto that speaks to their concerns about this stuff. And I know that I got a really, really interesting email from Lily. I remember that. I can't remember exactly what the username was. And she was quite upset that this video may have got it wrong about how education hasn't changed over the last 150 years, and was just pointing out how many changes there were. And I think she's got some really valid points there. But I think the perception of it, and also the way it can change all at once. If it's not getting through the kids, it's not solving the problem. So I feel like technology is not being used for the most part very well in the educational system. And so that sort of worries me a bit. Good morning, Tammy. How are you, Tammy? My son's going in to see an orthodontist today. Poor kid. Apparently they're going to put things on him, on his teeth, and wire that wonderful little gap he's got is going to close, apparently. I love that gap, but I guess, there's other reasons for it, apparently. There's a bit of overcrowding going to happen in the kid's mouth if we don't sort it out. And there's overbites and underbites and all the stuff none of the stuff that I got treated when I was a kid, that's for sure. Because my father didn't believe that. He was like, orthodontry's for girls. Like, literally. It was, my sisters all had had braces and stuff, but he didn't think guys should get their teeth fixed. He didn't feel that was the right thing to do. So that's why my teeth are all over the place. And then when I actually started acting, there was a couple of jobs when I was younger. They came in and they slapped caps on my teeth that don't match the rest of my teeth, and so I'm a dental disaster. My cat is in surgery right now. Space surgery. Oh, conspiracy hunter. Well, good luck. Good luck with that. Oy, cats. Why get a cat? I just, you don't own a cat. They own you. But the dog, at least it's dependent on you. In fact, I should let mine in because it's probably sitting outside right now. Does Kate miss Stargate too? I have no idea. It's a good question. Firefly, I have a huge gap between my front teeth and absolutely hate it. There you go, Firefly. So there you go. I don't want to be blamed for that. So, or the Jane doesn't want to be blamed for that, maybe. I'm probably happy to take the blame. But I think Baz quite likes the gap in his teeth, I think. But, I think it's more than just that. There's some issues with the actual sort of construction of his mouth that need to be fixed. So, good morning, Gorilla Danish. How are you? What else? Your cats going their own way. Your cats. Look, you're talking to someone who used to have, at one point, I think there were 7 cats in my house. So I looked after other people's cats for them. And I had a cat called Max the cat, who I loved dearly, and then had to be put down because he had a terrible urinary issue. It was lovely. It was lovely way to go. And I was a big suck about that. It's a freaking cat. I was like a basket case for ages. Anyways, but now it's all dogs all the time. That's what I say. And I'd rather there were none, to be honest. At this point in the city, I just don't think you should have. I don't think you should have dogs in the city. And I voiced that concern. I tabled that motion when this first came up, the arrival of Huzzah. And I said, look, I just feel like, we'll get a dog when we move to Warwickshire and we're living in the countryside. That seems great. But to actually have a dog in the city, you're walking around, you're picking up it takes a poop. You have to pick it up. I'm like, Baz used to call me the poo boy because I would follow the dog around, picking up after it. I just, that's my life. And of course, now I've returned to that life. The reality is, you love the dog. I mean, you can't help it. The dogs are just absolutely lovely. But, it's just, given it small apartment, no dog. Very smart. Hugs from Czech. Hey, hugs back. Hugs from 6 feet. 6 feet hugs for you. How are things over there in Czech? Do you say in Czech? In Czech Republic? Sorry, Gorilla. I'm so sorry that you've got cats. Is that a Prusa 3D? Yes, it is. Prusa. That's the Prusa Mark II, I believe. Is that right? The Prusa Mark II? Yeah, Prusa Mark II, and I got a Mark III in the other room that has multi-filament. It's absolutely fantastic. Cannot recommend it enough. That is also a little Sane Smart CNC, which is about to get a workout because I got to work on a present for my dad. I got an idea for a box. If anyone's got any if anyone finds any cool stuff about CNCing boxes, I'm gonna do like a little box to hold some stuff that we got for him, little sort of memento type things. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do. I don't really want to do a nautical theme because I think that would look cheesy. But I was thinking about just doing doing my headshot and having that CNC'd onto the top of the box. I thought that would be a true inspiration to him, but I felt that might not go down as well with the rest of the family. So I thought I'd have a look and see if there's something simple, tasteful that I could put together. Good. Our government can't keep up with the coronavirus. Oh man, yeah. No, look. Neither can we. I mean, like our numbers are not disastrous as of yet. We've been in lockdown for a while. They are about to, if not already, lifted some of the lockdown requirements here, and I'm just very concerned because we haven't been vaccinated. It's just like we've had not even. What is it? Not even. Is it maybe 2% of our population has been vaccinated, and that's not a lot of people because we don't have a lot of people here. So I'm a little concerned that there don't seem to be any. I'm worried about. I want my dad and my stepmom to get vaccinated. My mom in England's already vaccinated. My sister in England is vaccinated. There's another sister that you don't know, and here, I mean, there's no indication of when this might happen, and both my dad and my stepmom, they both are old enough and have underlying conditions that would be very, very dangerous with this disease. So they're stuck at home and there's nothing about what they're supposed to do. And so I've been looking for like, let's look for COVID centers and find out what the deal is. And there are 9 COVID centers in Toronto. And you know how many of them are open? None. Not a one of them right now. We're in the middle of a freaking pandemic and all 9 of our vaccination centers are closed. There you go. Well done. That's the government I paid freaking 30% or whatever it is of my income to. Yeah, great. Old Get Well Game's waiting for your vaccination, but I have to wait and see if my chemo and vaccinations are okay together. Oh, right, of course. That's interesting. Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that. Surely the vaccination would the vaccination affect the chemo? I don't know why it would, but obviously I'm not a doctor, so probably not. Don't take my advice on that. Maybe talk to a doctor as opposed to a guy who grows and eats mushrooms in his basement and was once played brilliant on television. It thins the blood. Does it thin the blood? Really? The vaccination thins the blood. Why does it thin the blood? That's interesting. I wonder how does that work? I get my Vivid booster tomorrow. Woohoo, Gorilla! Where are you based, Gorilla? Where are you getting your shots? Is that? I'm assuming that's the type of. Is that a type of? What? Is that not a type of COVID shot? What games in the UK? UK's doing a good job. I got to say, chemo and vaccinations difficult topic. The vaccine doesn't thin the blood. Ah, there you go. Jim the Evil will know. Florida. Okay, so Florida, and they've got what is the name of the COVID? Oh, I see. Yes, I thought it was called like the Vivid booster. Like it was that's like their fancy pharma name to make it more expensive. So the vaccine doesn't thin the blood. There you go. Watch. Oh my God, over and over and over again, we get this misinformation stuff where it's just like one person hears something, and then I was on set yesterday, so I filmed yesterday, which was fantastic. Just great to be on set. There was this. For some reason, the last time I was there, they brought this beaver tail truck by, which is this. They're basically like squashed donuts that they then put they then deep fry and cover with sugar, and in my case, they put then apple pie filling on top of them. And I refused to eat them. I said, no, I am a fit and virile young man, and I must not eat this. So I put it in a box and I brought it home, and we tore into it together. My son, myself, and my brilliant wife. We all shared this beaver tail thing. Just delicious. And thank you very, very much to the director, who was, I'm sure at great expense, brought that in. It's funny, I was actually going to post about it. And then I suddenly went, not suddenly, I thought about it for a while, because I thought, what is the deal here? Is this going to give people joy? Will this make people go, oh, how cool? Or whatever. Or will it, or does it just felt a little bit like I was, it just felt a bit out of touch, because, we're in the middle of a pandemic and I'm on a film set. You know what I mean? I'm on a film set with carefully separated cans of pop and people walking around with masks on and gloves and shields and cleaner everywhere and PPE everywhere and people wiping things as soon as you touch them and ridiculously wonderful selections of food and catering and it just suddenly felt very, very wrong in the middle of this pandemic thing. Hey, Sebastian. Oh, that is one excited dog. That is one very excited dog who's been barking at somebody in the backyard, which is fine with me, because if they're in our backyard, I say they deserve to be barked at. So yeah, I didn't post this picture, and I just the dog, incoming dog. When that dog's excited, it's like a force. It's kind of like the Tasmanian devil, basically. When that dog is excited, when it gets let in after a little while outside, huzzah comes through. Like, that's why she's called huzzah, because she jumps around making a lot of noise and breaking things. So I'm your favorite Stargate well, thank you. I'm my favorite Stargate hero too, frankly. With a close second probably being Michael Shanks, because of his recent tweets. I've been quite enjoying his little GIF war. It's a she gorilla. Her name is Huzzah, and she's kind of wonderful. But I know no one actually said superhero. I added the superhero part to that. Try it with 5 hounds. It's like a mobile whirlwind. Yeah, this one sort of seems to, like my son, seems to move around a lot. So it feels like there's a lot more of them. So, hey, have we got Impatador in here today yet? Impatador's always got good questions. We're going to find out. Are you as excited to be about what SpaceX are doing? What are they up to now? What's the new thing? I'm excited about next Thursday when, oh God, is it Perseverance is the name of it that's heading up? I've got a friend who was involved in that, who worked at the JPL, and she just texted me to say, don't forget the peanuts, because they have this thing at JPL where, it's a sort of a superstitious thing where you have to have a thing of peanuts on the day of launch because it's good luck. Is it Starlink? Is that what's up next? More Starlink? Starlink's already up and operational in places, isn't it? I thought that was amazing. I know, we totally should. Some chick, you were so right. We should do another dog's breakfast. Would you take a ride in Starship if invited? I'm very good at cowardice. Yeah, I think I would actually. I think that kind of an opportunity, absolutely. I'm just, as I say, I'm a complete coward, and I get motion sickness. So I can only imagine how unpleasant it would be to be stuck in a small capsule with me for any period of time. Dry roasted peanuts ready. Good man, Tom. He made so many sacrifice plays in this series. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hope SpaceX will make hyperdrive. Not until they figure out the landing. Yeah, the landing. They got to get that landing sorted out. But still, I mean, look how far they are. Pretty darn cool. Landing on Mars today. What's landing on Mars today? What lands on Mars today? NASA picked SpaceX to launch Gateway Station pieces to the moon with Falcon Heavy. Oh, fantastic. All right. Shanks has got a short film? What's that? On Dust was awesome. Oh, wow. I did not see that Invisible Dimensions. I'll have to check that out. I suffer from positional vertigo, so space is not likely possible for me. Potentially Andy. Interesting. I don't even know what that is, but I'm sure I've got it now. All right, so I gotta go check out some SpaceX stuff. I think I'm gonna do some Game Bandits today, is the hope. Hello, my darling, my princess. Here you go. Here's the beast. Here's the beast looking at my coffee. How are you, beast? You have fun? Yep, please, yes. This is basically what exercise is like. You have your face near the ground for any period of time, and you get licked. So there you go. There's the Principessa, my little Principessa. What else have I got going today? Any other exciting things? Any things of excitement? Look at that hairy arm. Okay, so got to run him at work. Okay, you go. Don't let me stop your work. Huzzah! Conspiracy Hunter says 2020 iPads. Oh my God, I know. We were so far behind on that stuff. I mean, I was amazed that the PC technology was so sort of out of touch with what was actually happening in the world, even at the time. There were a couple of little fun little Windows machines that popped onto the set for a day here or a day there. I think it was, it was probably to do with the various different companies that we were involved with. So she seems to be standing around looking for, yeah, I know, Fungus, look, see? Christopher, I've eaten all of those. So it used to be like here, a little canopy of mushrooms. I've sliced and diced all of those, had them for breakfast. Mwah! Delicious. Delicious, I say. So there's that. Can I get an above view of your substrate? Yes, you can. Here we go. Let's have a look. So right now I got some tape on there because I was finding I'd cut too far into it, and once I learned that. So there you go, a little bit better. Look at that, huh? I believe that all of that white stuff is the mycelium that it's been inoculated with. So I've also got a couple of shiitakes and stuff holy shiitakes that I'm going to. I think I'm going to pull the mycelium out of the center and see if I can then get it to inoculate some cardboard as per the Odin class, and get that up and running. But I got to figure out some kind of a box, some kind of a glove box. I have a couple of boxes. That one there might do it. I'm not sure how mad Jane would be if I started cutting giant holes in the storage boxes though. But that would, what do you think, Gurney? That would work, right? Put a couple of armholes in that. That'd be awesome. And then that way I've got like a sort of a little clean room basically to be working in. Because the funny thing is that these things are a fungus. And of course, other funguses are very good at sort of showing up, spores and stuff. That's why this whole sourdough thing works, is it's basically just, these little fungal spores that flap around. They don't flap around. I meant Fungus the video game dog. Oh, I thought you wanted to see the material. I don't want to play ball right now, thank you. I'm actually talking with the interwebs. Thank you, though. Go on, you. So yeah, this is a favorite toy. Oh, did you want this? Is this? Here we go. Here we go. This is a little interactive adventure for everybody. So this is yours. Is this what you're hoping for? Here you go. So there we go. That's what we want. We would like this ball now, please. Okay. Now why don't you go take that upstairs and go bother somebody else, a small child perhaps who has the energy and the patience to deal with you. Maybe? No? There you go. Yeah. Somebody desperate for attention hasn't had morning walks yet. Whose fault is that, Jane? Jane does the morning walks. I do the night walks. Just saying. But no, she's got meetings and stuff, so it's been busy. Chuck it. She doesn't want to chuck. That's the thing. She just wants you to sort of try to pull it out of her mouth. That's basically her joy. All right. So what do we got? Gonka wants to pet her. Yeah. Well, if only you could. Her ears are so cute. I know she's got very expressive ears, and she's got those little eyebrowy things too. You can totally do that, David. I've got a box like that, and I can use as sanding box for cosplay props to keep my space clean. Oh, that's smart. That is smart. No, I love citrus. I love and I'm not allergic to citrus, just to be very clear. Pineapple? I have some issues with pineapple. But only fresh pineapple. And sometimes apples, and a few nuts, some ferns. I basically McKay in every other way. Every other way. You caught me live. Heather Young, you did indeed. It's almost as unexciting as you expected it to be. I have weird pineapple issues too. There you go. So we're like samesies. Your fungus still amazing. Well, this is it. So the fungus, as I say, I've chopped back. I ate this portion for breakfast here, but I'm hoping that these ones will now pop up to the surface and create even more delicious breakfasts for me. I'm not sure why this one has dried out so badly though. So I think what I'm going to do is what I've done is see if I can give you a little tour of the fungus playground here. So what I did was I taped this back up because I felt that there was too much oxygen getting in. And I thought I would restrict the areas where the oxygen comes in. And of course, what happens? Fantastic. These guys pop up, as originally did these ones. But these ones are now all dried out. And I think it's because there's too much air getting in there. And it's not keeping the moisture. It's not locking the moisture in the way I want. How long will the shrooms keep sending new caps? Good question, Tammy. I have no idea, this is like the second, third batch at this. Whoa, it's the second or third batch at this point. One day I'll buy a real stand for this phone. Have you seen the video about how the Frozen movie helped solve a 60-year-old child case in Russia? No, that's weird as all hell, and I will look it up now. Oh, I'll get what games vaccination tomorrow. Woohoo! Enjoy. So a friend of mine is doing Vaccinate armbands. So they're these silicone bands, these like bright blue silicone bands that say Vaccinate on them. And the idea is to try to dissuade people from having vaccination hesitancy, as they call it. In other words, everyone has been reading too much internet and gone down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories and doesn't want to get a vaccination. The idea is that this is to get people talking about vaccination, to make people, to let people say, hey, I've been vaccinated, or I'm gonna get vaccinated, or we need to get vaccinated. But the whole point is to say, like, vaccinations for the win type thing. I think it's a great idea. So I think he's gonna get me a bunch of those, and so I will certainly be wearing one, and I'm hoping to sort of drag some to set. Maybe get some other people wearing them, and then there'll be a website, I think, where people can get them too. So I highly recommend you do that because hey, let's get vaccinated, then let's get back to life after normal, or life sort of normal life. It's all going to be weird though, honestly. Yes, you did, Ragdoll Rat, you did. I guess you're up later. I was up later today. So the deal today was I slept in. I really did. I could not sleep last night. I woke up crazy early this morning. I guess it's just residual acting stuff. I mean, you get really, I find your energy on set is, you don't even sort of notice it at the time, but you're going the whole time, right? Because you're doing scenes and you're having to do them over and over and over again, and they got cameras and people, and so you're always like, there's always something going on. And I guess you sort of end up sort of wearing yourself out to some extent. So you get home and there's this kind of like, but it's not that kind of like, I gotta go to sleep. It's that, okay, great. And so you sit there sort of buzzing for a while. Probably the amount of coffee probably doesn't help. They had Coca-Cola on set, so I drank lots of Coca-Cola too, which is probably part of the problem. And then, of course, I woke up at 5 a.m. I woke up at 5 a.m. freaking out about stuff that was absolutely stupid. And then, like, once I actually woke up, I realized that they were stupid things to worry about, so I didn't. My favorite is the people I talk to that explain they won't get vaccinated because won't get vaccinated because, oh dear, I can't do this. This is not very well set up for phones. Because it may harm them while smoking a cigarette and eating fast food. Yeah, now this, that was always, I always loved the people who were like, who were always were scared of big pharma and taking, anything that's not natural and putting it in their system. And they were always the ones who did the most and copious amounts of drugs when I was growing up. Good afternoon, Soma Approved. Good, hello, Donald Norton. Interesting, Opal Mist. What's Opal Mist said? I'll try to scroll back and see. Let's see. Opal Mist, who was that? Opal Mist said, nope, missed it. Gone way too far. Opal Mist, Opal Mist, Opal Mist. Nope, can't go back that far. I can, but I'll be there forever. What happened to your hair, Mr. Hewlett? I know, that's what they did. First thing that happened, they gave me a haircut. I usually don't get a haircut unless I'm working. I just don't. I don't really care what my hair looks like, and I figure the more I've got, the better. The more I've got, the more people can do things with. So I just leave it to grow, and then whatever job I'm on, they can cut it however they want. Although we're in a weird thing now. I've got to go back and apparently they got to reshoot or add some shots or something to this departure series that I did. And so that'll be interesting because I no longer have the big shaggy mustache that I used to have, nor do I have the hair that I used to have. So they're going to have to figure something out. Here's the thing, Tycho, was it Tycho? Was it Tycho? I just... CNCing. Oh, Winter Gatons. Okay, I'll check that out. Thank you. The thing is, what I've decided now, and you'll probably catch me ranting about it anyways, but I feel like I'm just going to focus on what I can do at this point. If I start going after other people on things, I get it. It puts my blood pressure up. So I'm just going to figure, I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to try not to focus on the people in the subway who are idiots or the people on set who are idiots, which there weren't, by the way. Everyone was really, really well behaved on that, I got to say. I'm very, very impressed with, I think it's MGM who does this one. By the way, it airs tonight. That's right. Well, I'm not on it tonight, but the show begins tonight. It's Clarice. It's this Silence of the Lambs, and the lead, fabulous actress, was on Stephen Colbert last night. So go and check that out. And do check out the show. I'm assuming it's going to stream as well at some point, because God knows who watches television anymore. But yeah, so that's on. And as I say, first they establish the characters. And then I come in to make their life misery. So I can't remember what episode I'm in. I think it's episode 4 or something. But I start showing up around there. And it's so much fun. I think you'll like it because I think you'll see a few McKay-isms in there. And there's some truly brilliant acting. Of course by me. But I was actually meaning more of the rest of the cast and crew. It's just, the cast is exceptional. The directing's been great. The writing is freaking awesome. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. All right. David, do you have ideas for next Writing Bandit stream? I don't really. I thought I'd like to talk to Seth about his writing clock. The writing clock? I thought that would be kind of fun to talk to you. There's also my friend Andrew Miller, who I would very much like to speak to with you about writing, because he understands the business side of it, I think, better than anyone I've ever known. We used to write together years ago, but he's just miles ahead of me on that stuff. I always felt I was like many people, so many ideas, but not a lot of focus on them. So he has mastered just the true 90% perspiration approach to this stuff. He's got brilliant ideas. He's got an amazing sense of pacing and the sort of the engineering of a brilliant script and such. He's just fantastic. Absolutely. His insights about the industry are amazing. So the more I talk about it, the more I think we got to get him in. But he's also reticent to talk about it because, like anybody who knows everything, he doesn't think he knows anything. Well, he probably does. He just doesn't want to talk about it. Maybe he doesn't want to share it. That's it. He doesn't want competition. Anyways, I'll bug him about it again because he's, as I say, he's a very, very old friend of mine and just a just a man. He is a force to be reckoned with. I love him. Actually, yes, you would know him from Nothing. If you watch the film Nothing, he is the guy who played Andrew, and his name is Andrew in Andrew and Dave's most bizarre adventure, Nothing. Mads Mikkelsen, he's the best. He's not in this. This is focusing on Clarice. This is focusing on Agent Starling, and it is. It's really interesting. I mean, it's different. It's very, very different than Hannibal, which I absolutely loved the first season of. Didn't really watch it after that, but the first season I just thought was absolutely extraordinary. And of course, Mads Mikkelsen. Wow, that guy, amazing. When was the last time you talked to Joe? What, Flanagan? I talked to Flanagan. I emailed with Flanagan when he was here, and then he left. By the time we hooked up, he'd already gone back to California or whatever. So I missed him. But we texted a little bit back and forth a little while ago. He's an amazing guy too. I love that guy. I feel very fortunate in the people that I've been able to work with. There's only been a few real jerks, and boy, they were real jerks. Is this predominantly Canada, or will we get it in the States? Oh no, this is States. This is, I don't even know who's got it there, but go look up Clarice, and you will find it. There's some great trailers on the air. In fact, if you hear someone say, "There's fire in your blood, Clarice," or Starling, something like that, that's me. That's my voice. You'll hear my voice. I read all the books. Oh, yeah. How many states have you been to? How many states have I been to? Not many. California, Washington, Utah. Do I mean Utah? No, I don't mean Utah. California, Washington. God, where else have I been? There's ones in between. I've done, I can't think of them now. Where else have I been? I've been to Florida, New York, Georgia. God, where else? Not a lot. It's funny. I don't tend to get, yes, haircut. No kidding, huh? New York, of course. Yeah. No, Georgia. Get this, Jim. Georgia was for a training course back when I was doing IT, and I went and learnt all about QNX, this little Unix-based system, and I was setting up networked voicemail systems for this global packet network, and so I went and took for want of a better word, the nerds, like some kind of engineering and repair course for these things, and I was sort of fascinated how people could learn about this stuff but not want to know anything beyond what was in the book. And I was startled by that, because I thought, oh, here we are, we're in this is like a tech center, and we're dealing with like these QNX machines and networks that cross the world, and this is exciting new packet network technology. It wasn't that new, but it was new to me. This is extraordinary. I can't wait to geek out with people. And the reality was, everyone just wanted to go to Hooters or to Dave and Buster's, which was fun. I got to say, Dave and Buster's was fun. There was some amazing food in Atlanta, to be fair. But there was this sort of, if it wasn't in the book, they figured it wasn't worth learning. And of course, I was very frustrated, because there'd be the odd little indication that this software that ran on QNX had access to the QNX command line, and every time I logged into these computers, there was a QNX command line. And being a little bit of a Unix fan at the time, I think this was pre-Linux actually, or maybe Linux was maybe I just didn't know about it, but I don't remember Linux being around at the time. These were like sort of traditional Unix systems, and the QNX was like a pared down version that could run on these sort of basically embedded systems. And I was amazed that no one wanted to explore further. So I would get into the QNX and start, trying all my Unix commands, like lists, and just start off with lists, and then looking at the directories, and then looking at the network configuration, and then realizing that you can write little shell commands to do all of these things that people were typing in by hand. Being the lazy sod that I am, I wanted things to be done automatically for me, and so I found that I had a lot of fun with that stuff, but I was completely alone on it, which I thought was bizarre to me, because I wasn't an IT person. I was still an actor. Like, I'd sort of stopped acting to do this. It was around the Kung Fu Legend Continues days, and I'd sort of decided I wasn't going to act anymore. I was just going to become an IT person, and So I was completely just in love with this stuff, but I couldn't get over, again, this kind of, I don't know what it was. It was like, I guess it's a job. I guess it's a job for people. And as an actor, I'm very unfamiliar with that. I don't understand. Like, I mean, for me, the holiday is working, right? When I get a job, that's like the holiday for me. All the boring crap in between, thankfully now sort of solved by streaming and by tech bandits and stuff. I've been able to sort of find my place between work. I've always said I love acting. I hate being an actor because being an actor is stupid. It's a stupid job. I mean, it really is a stupid job. You're doing job interviews for a living. You're not getting paid to learn all the lines and not get the part. And then when you finally get the part, you know, it's a whole different process entirely. I mean, the audition process is completely different than the process of actually making the show. You know, in an audition, you're supposed to go in and get all the lines right, nail the performance in one go, and then leave. And the reality is that's not how it works on set. On set, you go in and you try stuff, and you start going off, you're veering off course, you stop, you go back, you start again, you do numerous takes to get it right, and you can even come in and just grab little bits that they want to focus on and things. And so the audition process seems completely alien to me. But so my love of, like, I mean, if I'm doing something, I'm all in. I'm all in on that stuff. I'm a bit obsessive about that stuff. Admittedly, not very focused, but very, very sort of, obsessed. And I couldn't get over that even tech people weren't completely taken with this stuff all the time. Weren't like living, breathing, this tech stuff. So yeah, that was interesting. And no, I didn't. I had no formal training. My formal training was like sort of pre-internet, so I was reading the Sam's 21-day guide to Unix commands and JavaScript programming and Java and C and Python and Perl. Oh my God, I loved Perl. I don't remember any of this stuff now, but yeah, so I would just plow through all of the O'Reilly books and the Sam's books, they were called here. I don't know what they're called anywhere else, but massive books where you just plow through, going by rote through this stuff, and it just, God, that just got in your head. It was great. And then, of course, the internet. And once the internet happened, the fact that you could start streaming video and do tutorial stuff online. I don't watch television. I hardly ever watch stuff unless I'm watching it with the kid or the family. I watch tutorials because you could be learning every second of the day. I've got like audiobooks going. I got podcasts going. I got tutorials on fusion and mushrooms or fungi or whatever the hell you want to call them. It's just like, why stop? They're chatting about the town. That's great. I love seeing people chatting between the thing. Comb your hair. I can't comb my hair. I had to come straight down from my mad exercise, right? I mean, this is what it looks like when you finish doing. I did yoga and my 7-minute workout today. So I did yoga with Jane, and she said, well, I said, that was quick. And she said, that was a 20-minute workout. I was like, yeah, but I do 21 now. I do 21 minutes. So I thought, okay, I'll throw an extra 7-minute workout in there. And I did my 7 minutes additional time for a total of 27 minutes of exercise, which for me is extraordinary. I'm going to hurt a lot tomorrow. I know that. I accept that. But I just had to do something. And I also felt like, I said to Jenny, I was joking to Jenny, I said, I can't go down not sweaty. I can't go and talk to the interwebs without being sweaty. So I've got to do that. Raspberry Pi and home automation, love it. Raspberry Pi is brilliant. Raspberry Pi runs my, let me grab, okay, no, I don't have the battery with it right now. I'm not thinking about it. I've got these fantastic robot eyes that I've attached to a Meccano robot that very, very, very sweet old tech bandit that we used to have. What is his name? Oscar and his mom donated this Meccano robot that they were having trouble with, and so I sort of, read the manual, fixed it up, and then I added these Raspberry Pi eyes, which are kind of fun because they can look around and they blink, and they're kind of extraordinary looking. They're just tiny little TFT screens attached to a Raspberry Pi, and it splits the signal, so you get these two eyes and they blink and look around. It's very good. The eyes they're not video files, they are still images. They're probably a series of images, I think, that this script runs through. I don't know if it's random or not. I know that they can also react to things, like you can add like a light sensor so that if they are exposed to light, the pupils will dilate or will either open or close depending on the light source. They can also respond to sounds and stuff, so you could actually program them to look wherever you're talking. There's so many things. I mean, it's amazing what you can do with these things. So, all right, I'm getting chilly down here in my chilly fungi basement. Hello, Mum Crafter. Good to see you. Met you at Target one day when your wife was still pregnant. Oh, wow. Well, there you go. That would have been in Washington probably, right? Or was it in LA? California? Or no, she's pregnant. So yeah, it would be Washington State. How is my fabulous Washington State? I am acting. I was just saying, everyone needs to go and watch Clarice tonight. And I'm not just saying this, it's actually really, really good. And it's beautiful. Like, the DOP on it is just freaking amazing. So go see Clarice tonight. It's on television. I'm not on that episode, but I'll be on later. You wait. You'll see. My fungi basement. Hey, I'm the fun guy. Oh, God. All right. Any 3D projects I'm working on? CNC. So CNC is the next thing up. Not only do I have to build a giant CNC, but this little one is going to get put to use because I want to build a little box for my father's 80th. So I want to CNC together a little thing for him with that. That's my plan. So go check out Clarice. And then there's another thing going on, which I'm not allowed to talk to you yet. Just finished watching Foolproof. Woo-hoo! Great Canadian cast. Did you actually get to work directly with Ryan Reynolds? I met Ryan. I seem to remember meeting Ryan on set at one point. Or 2 points. It was a long time ago. Yes, I've got to say, I've always liked Ryan Reynolds. I think he's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. They did that whole Mint Mobile thing, which was kind of funny. And so he pretended that there was like a streaming service and all he had was his own movie on there, which was Foolproof, which I thought was kind of cute. Yes, also directed by one of the most wonderful people on the planet and talented, William Phillips. William Phillips, he did Treed Murray as well. In fact, the walk I did in that, if you watch Foolproof, you'll see me do a silly walk. And that silly walk is, in fact, how Bill Phillips walks, William Phillips. Yes. So I did get to meet him. I don't think I actually worked with him, though, did I? Maybe I did. Can't remember. Honestly, can't remember. But I do remember actually interacting with him a few times. He's just a wonderful guy. And then David Suchet. Whoa, I've been watching him on Royal Shakespeare Company, and he came up to me in a hotel while he was here and said, "Mr. Hewlett," and how much he'd enjoyed Treed Murray, or Get Down, or whatever they call it down in the States. And I didn't know what to say, because I was just like, this guy's like, I watched this guy. This guy was one of the reasons why I was an actor. I watched him on the Royal Shakespeare Company. I watched him playing Shakespeare. He did the most amazing Shylock, creepy Shylock. And of course, Poirot. I mean, just, oh my God, and this guy came up and said, "I watched Treed Murray and it was fantastic." Of course, he had to watch it because he was going to work with William on this Foolproof movie. But boy, what a exciting experience that was. I just blown away by that guy, and he was just so lovely. Poirot's fantastic. He's not a great actor. He's a brilliant actor. Anyways, all right, I gotta go. So what have I got for you? Probably do some Game Bandits tonight, actually. Yeah, I'll do some Game Bandits tonight because I'm, it's been a while, and there's a few things that Baz has even mentioned. Although Baz won't be there because Baz will be at the damn orthodontist. Damn it! He may be able to join us later, but I think I'll pop on and see if we can talk some video games with the bandits, get some more insights into what's going on in those evil bandit brains of theirs. And so I will say, be safe, be kind, be brilliant. And until we geek again, cheerio and huzzah! And thetechbandits.com. Go check it out. Bye.